Warning, there are spoilers ahead for Avengers Endgame. If you've seen the movie, then hooray. If not, then hooray. The video begins in 3, 2, 1.
One of my favorite parts of the movie, and I think this is probably my favorite part of the movie, is when Cap lifts Mjolnir.
Yes! Yes! At long last, he is worthy!
Which
I always knew it.
Yeah, I mean, that was like the best part when Thor actually accepts that he's like his equal, you know?
Not only does he accept it, he just looks up and he smiles, he's like, I knew it. And Cap just spins that hammer and he's like, He even calls down the lightning. I was like, yes!
It's like probably the best Cap fight scene in all the MCU. Like him actually wielding Mjolnir to beat the shit out of Thanos.
Yeah. You know, it actually reminds me of, in the Avengers JLA crossover, Superman is holding... this is like the final fight. He's holding Cap's shield, and he's allowed to pick up Thor's hammer, and so he just has both of those. You see the Cap shield, the S shield, and the Thor hammer all at once calling down lightning. Great shit, and Captain America doing that was just as good. If not better, for the sole fact that it was him and Thor just taking on Thanos at the same time. And Iron Man was there.
Which that leads me to think, like, when we see him in Age of Ultron trying to pick up the hammer, do you think that was him just trying to, not make Thor feel unworthy? Or do you think that was just, just hinting at the fact that this would eventually happen?
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Like, he would eventually be worthy, but it wouldn't move in his hand unless the time was right.
Yeah.
And so the time was right.
Yeah, so how about you? Any other, like, really favorite moments?
Well, that was definitely one of them. Like, that was the one after coming out of theater. Like, that was all I could think about was that whole fight that they had going down. Mm-hmm. My other favorite one was when everyone started portaling in with the Doctor Strange portals into the battlefield. It's when Thanos, at the end of that fight, said, you know what? Just for that, I'm gonna just destroy this planet. And so he's like... calling in his whole army, and then in comes everybody who like was dead or not dead, the whole Wakandan army. You got Black Panther coming back.
Everyone who was snapped, yeah.
Yeah. And then, the music starts playing, and then Captain America looks towards Thanos, and he goes, Avengers, assemble! And it was like, finally! That was a very, very riveting moment.
Yeah.
Because you're basically seeing the culmination... in that scene alone, of all of the past 11 years. Mm-hmm. It's all come down to this. That brings me one thing to what we were talking about before, about Thanos' motivation.
Yeah.
I like the kind of turn he makes, because he finds out, that they do this whole time travel business, and he basically finds out, and this is how he chases them down, that, he'd succeeded before, but that they didn't accept the future that he'd created. With half of life gone. So he said, you know what? And I want to thank you for this. You've shown me that it's not enough to just eliminate half of all life, because the other half won't sit down and accept it. So I will instead destroy everything and remake the universe in my own image. And I was like, there you go. That makes sense. I can get on board with that. The universe sucks. Let's do it again.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so I have a couple things. So first of all, I think that's a weird-ass rationale to come up with. Like, maybe the rationale should be, oh, hey, killing half of every person and every living life form in the universe didn't work. Maybe I shouldn't kill them this time. Maybe I should actually double the resources, which I think is the solution that a lot of other people would come up with.
No, instead he went, let's just kill everyone.
So the big problem I have with this motivation is, say he actually did succeed and snapped out all life in the universe and just recreated everything in his image as he sees fit. What's to guarantee if, like, after he's already gone, after he's dead, millennia, however long it's been, what's to guarantee that the subjects that he created actually like live in his own image? What's to keep them from like just reaching the same fate as the current iteration of characters in this universe?
Well, probably, most likely, absolutely nothing at all. Yeah. Especially if he destroys the stones like he did at the beginning of the movie. Why did he do that? Because he just said temptation was too great?
I think he figured, if he did that, then, they could snap back, or basically, I think he was trying to prevent the plot of Endgame from happening, and, he didn't realize time travel was the thing without the time stone, so...
Wouldn't he have, like, omniscience with the gauntlet and all the stones? At least that's what I thought in the comics that he had. He basically could do or know anything.
I mean, that's what it seems like for the most part. I guess the only stone that would give him the ability to see into the future is the time stone. But even that, like, with the whole time travel element, he could probably see them time traveling. He couldn't see them. I don't know. It's like, especially with the way this movie treats time travel, it'd be hard to see how they time travel. It'd be hard to see how that would work out in their favor. And I think, in his eyes at least, by the time he succeeded, there was no point in trying to fight anymore because he had already won. There was nothing that could take that away in his view.
My funniest comment that I saw on the internet about the end of Infinity War was, why is there another movie when Thanos has already saved the universe?
Yeah, no, I saw that.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, so I mean, and that leads me to, like, one of my other favorite lines in the movie. He says, "I am inevitable," like, multiple times.
Yes, that was a great line, because it foreshadows, obviously, what's going to happen. I knew he was going to chase them through time somehow.
And honestly, like, how fitting of an end is it to Iron Man that his last line is also, like, the last line of Iron Man?
Yes, I knew it. And the thing was, like, when he was about to say it, when he goes... because and then I was like mouthing it at the theater. I was like, I'm Iron Man. I'm Iron Man.
No, I was doing the same thing.
I'm Iron Man. And I went, yes!
I am Iron Man. I am Iron Man. I am Iron Man.
So that was probably actually my favorite moment of the movie now that I think about it. That probably tops Cap with Mjolnir over. Yeah, I mean...
I don't know. I can't pick, but there was a lot of...
There were so many
moments.
Exactly. There were so many great moments that I think just everyone in the theater loved. And I think that as much as it made me, like, bawl my eyes out, that was the perfect end to the character. That was the best way to, like, kill off Tony Stark.
Mm-hmm. The whole saga started and ended with him, and it was very fitting.
Yeah, no, it was a great character arc.
What you just saw was a clip from our full show, the Utterly Nonsense Podcast, which airs every Friday. So click any of the links on the screen or subscribe if you want to see videos similar to this one. And let us know in the comments what you think. Thanks for listening.